Hey guys, welcome back to Me Being Cheap. Yes, I've been at the gym and I'm all gross, but I thought I need to get one of these videos filmed. I've been waiting to do this since about March, and it's now the end of June, so I'm a little bit behind. Wanted to tell you guys about the vacation that I took somewhat on a budget for spring break, and we went to Utah and we did the 5 major national parks that they have in Utah. There's a lot more, but there's 5 big ones. And you can actually go onto Utah tourism website and you can download itineraries depending on how many days available you have. And so we did that. I think we did the one that was called a road trip of a lifetime or something like that. But we downloaded that and we followed it somewhat. We kind of deviated a little bit, but I was going to tell you about how much we spent. So for starters, I started out with $2,000 in cash and I kept it in this envelope, and then as I spent money, if they gave me a receipt, I put it in here, and this includes things such as receipts from gas, the rental car, restaurants, hotels, the airline itinerary, and so forth. But I'm not going to bore you with every little receipt. I've categorized it. Okay, so the flights. The flights cost $1,065.19. That's a round trip flight from Kansas City to Salt Lake City. We flew on Frontier, and they were the cheapest, even though I had to buy a membership in their Perks Club, or I don't know what they call it, but some sort of rewards club, and I had to pay to check the bag. It was still the cheapest. That worked out to be about $355 a person. Now, Frontier is a no-frills airline, so if you have a bag in the overhead, you're paying for it. You check a bag, you pay for it. If you want a Coke on the flight, you're paying for it. The seats, they don't recline, they're just upright. They kind of remind me of a folding chair, but hey, it was nice and cheap, and the service was great, so it was fine. Again, that was $355 a person. Lodging, this was 9 nights of lodging, and that was a total of $1,036.68. So on the low end of the hotels, that was $63.43. The highest, or the most expensive we bought, was $185.81. We were at the mercy of where we just happened to be. I did not make any advance reservations, but what I did do is I shopped around on Kayak and Hotels.com. And when I thought I found the cheapest price, I would call the hotel and see if their AAA rate was any discount, or if they could do any better than what was on Hotels or Kayak. If they could do better, I would just go directly to the hotel and book. If they could not, then I would just book through Kayak or Hotels. Again, use those apps, check the price, and use AAA. Now, if we would have driven from Kansas to Utah, that would have been a very long drive, but we could have done stuff like pack a tent, and we could have tented it. However, it was March, spring break. Some of the time we were in a blizzard, sometimes it was raining, and then sometimes it was actually pretty hot. So to take that amount of gear on a flight, especially if you had to pay to check the bags, that would not have been practical. And even though we had about 9 to 10 days that we were on vacation, I didn't really want to drive, and there really wasn't a whole lot of time to do all that driving and then see everything. So for us, the best option was to fly out there and then stay in hotels. I did, when I was shopping for the hotels, I did check the amenities. There were some times that we could have gone a lot cheaper, but the hotels, the hotels looked a little scary, and I wanted to stay somewhere halfway decent since we were on vacation. But for the boys and for myself, we wanted Wi-Fi. And then after the long days of hiking, I was usually looking for a pool or a hot tub. And I looked for hotels that included the breakfast so that we did not have to purchase the first meal. And most of the time, the prices were comparable with the hotels that didn't offer that versus the ones who did. So we went with the ones that had the extra amenities. Okay, so for the lodging, again, that was 9 nights. That worked out to be $115 a night, or $38 per person per night. Okay, the rental car. Now, I had to shop around for this because a lot of places won't rent to you if you use a debit card. Now, it is a little bit easier to get somebody to do it if you can show them your itinerary, so proof that you're coming back, that you already have a return flight booked and scheduled. But because I was shopping around for a good deal, I was using Kayak and Hotwire and those sorts of things, a lot of them wanted you to put the deposit and then pay with a credit card. And I did not have a credit card. I don't use a credit card. So I did have to look around and find somebody that would allow me to book on one of those money-saving sites and use a debit card. And I did on Hotwire. I found that Enterprise would do that. And so the total price for the rental car, and this includes the fee, the taxes, and I did not purchase the insurance because my full coverage insurance covers me. So that total cost was $286.95. That was for 10 days. So that worked out to $28.65 per day. Or if we break it down per person, it was $9.56 per person per day for a rental car. Okay. Now, I did take $2,000 in cash. I came back with $887 in that envelope. So that meant I spent $1,113 in cash. What did I spend the cash on? This included gas in the car, admission to the national parks, the state parks, and any other attractions we went to. Here is a hint. If you are going to see the 5 national parks in Utah, buy the National Park Pass. It's a yearly pass. You'll save a lot of money. That pass will also get you into the national monuments, which we saw quite a few of those as well. So, gas, admission, parking, meals, and this was mostly our lunches and dinner because we typically stayed at hotels that had the breakfast available. Wasn't all of them, but most of them. This also included our snacks, our souvenirs, and anything miscellaneous. So this 1,113, if we divide that by 10, that works out to $350 per day. Excuse me, I got the wrong one. Works out to $111.30 a day, or $37 per person per day. Okay, so if we take the airfare, the lodging, the rental car, and the cash, and we add that all up, the vacation costs $3,501.82. That works out to $350 a day, or $116.72 per person per day. So I think that's pretty good given the length of time that we were gone and what all we were able to see and do. I know maybe hiking and seeing national parks, that's not for everybody, but it was a lot of fun. I do have a recommendation. A lot of the food that we ate was not good, and we paid a lot for it. So like at the national parks, like where they had like snack bars and stuff, that's typically what we were eating. Or if we left the park and went out to a restaurant, it maybe wasn't that good. So my recommendation, if I had to do this again, and I know it's fun to go out to eat, but I would almost be tempted to pack a cooler and at least have sandwiches one meal of the day, because some of that stuff was kind of gross. Like one of the snack bars at one of the national parks, I think we paid about $10 per meal, and the burgers were gross. It was something like a processed meat patty, and the fries just were not very good. I mean, it was not good. I don't mind paying for good food, but a lot of times I felt it was a waste. Some of it was pretty expensive and not very good. So there you have it. 10-day vacation, $3,501.82, works out to $350 a day, or $116.72 per person per day. Again, I think I got the best price on the flight. Pretty decent price on the rental car, considering I'm renting with a debit card. We were at the mercy of where we were for the hotels, but I did shop around and try and get the best deal, do a little negotiating. And then as far as the miscellaneous charges, gas, admission, parking, you can't really do anything about that. I'd say the biggest room for improvement would be the meals and snacks. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and if you have not done so already, please like and subscribe to my channel.